Perfect. So yes, Imran and Fiona, welcome to the McBride Tourism Forum, and we're looking forward to learning more about the MRDT program and the supports that Destination BC provides to tourism organizations and tourism communities. So I'll give both of you a quick intro, and then we can get into the presentation. So Imran Gill is the Acting Director of Industry Partnerships and Visitor Services at Destination BC. Imran, thank you for joining us today. And Fiona Frost is a coordinator of industry programs with Destination BC. And another tidbit of information about Fiona, she actually provided a great deal of support to the Village of McBride and Expedition Management Consulting when we were putting together McBride's MRDT application. So yeah, hats off to you, hats off to Fiona for her help. We really do appreciate that. And with that, I will turn it over to Imran and Fiona. You should have screen sharing capabilities now, so please go ahead.
Perfect. Thanks, Maxwell. And can you see my screen?
I can see it. Looks great.
Okay, perfect. Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for the great introduction, Maxwell, and really appreciate you providing Fiona and I the time to speak with all the stakeholders in McBride today. You know, honestly, we wish we could have flown up there and joined and met all of you in person today, but very glad that we have the technology in place these days to still be able to see everyone and connect virtually. So before I begin, I would like to acknowledge that I'm speaking to you today from the territory of the Coast Salish peoples, specifically the lands of the Kakite First Nation, also known as New Westminster. So today I'm going to provide an overview of our very complex but integrated tourism ecosystem. I'll speak to Destination BC, who we are, our programs and opportunities that we provide to industry. And then thirdly, I'm going to highlight the municipal and regional district tax, referred to as MRDT, as we know, McBride has only recently started to collect the tax, which obviously opens up a number of opportunities. And we'll speak to some of those today as well. So I wanted to start off today by showing this diagram, which displays the vast ecosystem of the tourism industry and its many partners and layers. There are local partners, which includes local governments, economic development agencies, destination management organizations, and tourism businesses themselves. There are regional partners, such as regional districts and regional destination management organizations, such as Northern BC Tourism Association. Provincial partners include Destination BC, BC Ministries, the Tourism Industry Association of BC, and Indigenous Tourism British Columbia. And then at the national level, we have partners such as Destination Canada, federal ministries, and federal associations. We truly believe we can achieve exponentially greater impact together than working alone. And by fully leveraging the ecosystem of partners right across our industry, we can work cohesively to share our intelligence, integrate our go-to-market strategies, and combine our individual resources and expertise. Doing this will allow us to meet the demands of our competitive world, especially when we align our marketing efforts. So notwithstanding the incredible challenging year that was 2020, I can say I think we're all fortunate to work or have touch points in the tourism industry. Before the pandemic, the tourism industry was one of the fastest growing industries in the world, and BC was really no exception. You know, in BC, I think tourism accounted for around $20.5 billion in revenue for close to 20,000 businesses. It also accounted for $1.7 billion in tax revenue. And that's tax revenue that is used to build schools, run hospitals, and maintain important infrastructure in our province. Over 160,000 people made their living working in the industry in 2018. But of course, I know there are significant challenges right now and ahead of us. And the next few years will see us collectively working together to rebuild the tourism industry. hopefully a more resilient and sustainable industry with further wide-reaching benefits and reduced negative impacts. So before I touch on our programs and services, I think it's important to provide context to who DestinationBC is. We are a provincially funded, industry-led destination marketing and management organization, and we work with industry, regional, and community and Indigenous partners on a wide variety of programs, with the goal of really trying to attract visitors to British Columbia and making sure the quality of their experience here in BC keeps them coming back. Within our organization, we have 3 divisions: global marketing, destination management, and corporate development. The global marketing team develops content for DestinationBC's owned, earned, and paid distribution channels. They undertake digital advertising, social media marketing, and manage relations with travel trade and travel media partners. Our destination management team works with a variety of partners on the long-term strategic direction for tourism in BC, but also on more short-term learning programs and resources for tourism businesses. We also offer cooperative marketing funding to community and sector-based tourism organizations, and we guide and support the network of 130 community-owned visitor centers right across BC, which includes one in McBride. And I have been told by our visitor services network team that Danielle and Linda do a first-class job of operating the center here. So definitely a big kudos to them and their teams. And lastly, corporate development, as you likely would expect, includes people in development and finance, which are really those internal focused business units. But this business unit also includes research and analytics and corporate communication, both of the teams which provide internal and external functions. And I'll speak to some of the activities throughout today's session. So at DestinationBC, our winning aspiration is really to share the transformative power of BC's nature and culture with the world, motivating our target travelers to visit British Columbia. We achieve this through stewardship and promotion of the supernatural British Columbia brand worldwide. For destination marketing, we focus on a proprietary consumer journey model based on the primary path to purchase stages. Our primary role is to captivate the interest of our target high-value travelers residing outside of BC by creating that emotional connection to the supernatural British Columbia brand. And we do that through compelling brand storytelling. Once we have their attention and BC is on their destination dream list, we then deliver planning content via digital channels. This triggers the traveler to actively investigate BC and start planning their trip. And this is what we call the activate stage. The next stage is then to generate, where DestinationBC connects the traveler to BC tourism partners such as yourselves that are really best positioned to provide detailed experience and product information in order to close that sale. And then finally, the advocate stage is all about encouraging and sharing the experiences during or post-trip to inspire others to visit, as well as driving repeat visitation. DestinationBC's full 3-year marketing strategy and annual plan is available to all BC tourism organizations by emailing marketing.plan@destinationbc.ca. And this plan can really help support in aligning your own plans with what is being planned in each fiscal year. So our organization does a mix of consumer marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, travel trade, and travel media. And I highly encourage you to visit our corporate website, destinationbc.ca, to learn more about how you can work within each of these realms as well. For travel media, DestinationBC has a really well-developed program to work with travel media, journalists, or other outlets who specialize in telling travel and lifestyle stories to create exposure for BC as a destination of choice. Travel media relations is really an essential marketing channel to tell our brand story, build awareness, and encourage travelers to visit BC. A key channel to reach consumers in overseas markets is through travel trade. And travel trade includes online travel agents, receptive tour operators themselves, wholesalers, and travel agents. And then finally, social media, which allows us to foster awareness and adoption of the Explore BC hashtag by residents, visitors, and industry partners. It's important to highlight that the regional destination management organizations support communities in their regions with accessing many of these services that we offer. And Destination BC has a fantastic partnership in place with Northern BC Tourism Association. And we encourage you to connect with them and their amazing team of tourism professionals. So our destination management team, moving on to this division, includes experts in destination and industry development, cooperative marketing, and visitor services. We work in collaboration with other parts of government, communities, destination management organizations, and sectors and operators as well, to enhance the global competitiveness of BC's travel experiences. Our destination management strategy is focused on supporting Destination BC's corporate strategy by creating remarkable visitor experiences and increasing the economic, social, and environmental benefits of tourism throughout BC. As an industry, we're stronger together. And to be successful, we need to engage our broader communities and grow together. This is why Destination BC's destination management plan really concentrates on 3 pillars: mobilize, empower, and transform. These are powerful building blocks to take our industry to the next level together. So some of the components within destination management include destination development. And destination development is the strategic planning and advancement of defined areas to support the evolution of tourism destinations for travelers, with a sole focus on the supply side of tourism, but by providing compelling experiences, quality infrastructure, and remarkable services to entice repeat visitation. On the industry development side, we're really focused on providing learning programs and resources that support BC's small and medium-sized tourism businesses and other organizations in their efforts to deliver outstanding guest experiences, effective marketing, and tangible business results. Industry development is responsible for our learning center, which provides access to resources and tools for BC's tourism industry. And I'll speak to this a little bit more further shortly. In addition, our industry development team also manages outreach to the tourism industry to actively engage them in programs, including business listings on hellobc.com and product presentations. Our co-op marketing team also operates a cooperative marketing partnerships program, which is an application-based program that provides cooperative marketing and promotion to the regional destination management organizations, community consortiums, sector organizations, or approved paired communities in British Columbia. So I want to specifically pause and highlight our learning center as this is primarily built to support small and medium-sized tourism businesses. And you can access our learning center through our corporate website, destinationbc.ca. All of you have access to these free resources, and we currently have videos, tools, articles, templates, and guides in 8 different categories that you may find useful. And some of the content includes, digital marketing, how to scale your marketing efforts and strengthen your online presence. We have tools and resources on how to fully leverage the supernatural British Columbia brand and how to align your efforts with ours. And then we also have a lot of information on applying research and insights. How do you use research and analytics to gain insights into your visitors, to create relevance in your marketing and experience activities, and to measure results. One of the other programs we also offer in a webinar format is the Tourism Digital Academy. And this is a free 8-week digital marketing program for BC tourism businesses, or those who are interested in building their knowledge and skills in digital marketing to an intermediate level. It's a comprehensive program focused on providing practical, actionable intelligence to tourism businesses. And this program has been very successful to date. And we've started offering a on-demand version moving forward as well. So highly encourage you to visit our website or contact our team if you're interested in learning more. We also conduct research on various aspects of the tourism industry. And if you visit this area of our corporate website, you can find a tourism industry dashboard with up-to-date data. You can find COVID-19 research and insights, regional research, industry performance and market research. And there are also tools and resources and how-to guides to really assist you in conducting and interpreting your own research as well. And then lastly, if you're interested in hearing more about DBC programs, opportunities, and activities that we're planning more frequently, we host an industry call every 2 weeks, and we're often joined by our ministry colleagues, which include the minister herself, or the deputy, or the assistant deputy minister, and also other provincial partners. So if you are interested and haven't joined, these calls in the past, please send us an email at covid19response@destinationbc.ca, and you'll be registered for these calls. The last piece I wanted to end on today is the Municipal and Regional DAS program, and I'll refer to it as MRDT for short. As I mentioned, we know the village of McBride has started to collect the tax, and this really opens up a number of opportunities to market and enhance the visitor economy in your community. So for those unfamiliar with the program, the MRDT applies to the purchase of short-term accommodation in designated accommodation areas in British Columbia. The program is an application-based program, and a municipality, regional district, or eligible not-for-profit business association, such as a DMO or a Chamber of Commerce, can apply to collect the tax as long as there is support from the local government and at least 51% of accommodation providers, representing at least 51% of accommodation rooms. We currently have over 60 designated accommodation areas, leveraging the opportunities through MRDT across the province. So this tax is charged to accommodation providers in approved designated accommodation areas, then sent to the province, and then redistributed back to the municipality, regional district, or eligible not-for-profit organization to spend on eligible tourism marketing opportunities and programs, which are outlined in the applicant's 5-year strategic plan and 1-year tactical plan as a part of their application. So pre-COVID, we were seeing instrumental growth in the collection of MRDT, and it was estimated that the program was going to grow to $88 million. And this was attributed to increased demand, more communities collecting MRDT, and many communities increasing tax collection from 2 to 3%. I think we all know that there's been a significant impact, obviously, on our industry, since the pandemic hit, and that's caused many destinations to see significant decline in the tax being collected since March of 2020. We know finances are also stretched in many communities, making this even more difficult. I think the importance of the program can't be underestimated, and allowing our communities to recover and continue to be able to market to travelers. And that's why I think I'm really excited that, and we're really excited that McBride has the opportunity to take advantage of this program and apply these funds to building the tourism economy in your community moving forward. So the MRDT program is jointly administered by the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture and Sport, and Destination British Columbia. And the Ministry of Finance is really responsible for the administration and disbursement of the tax, the legislation itself, and any decisions or recommendations that go to Cabinet for approval. The Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture and Sport is responsible for tourism policy. And then my colleague Fiona Frost from Destination BC is the primary contact for providing guidance to industry and applying for the program, reviewing applications, annual reports and business plans to ensure that they're meeting the eligible criteria prior to being sent to the ministries for final approval. So what can these funds be used for, and what are the opportunities now available to the Village of McBride? Well, MRDT revenues can be used to fund tourism marketing, programs and projects, and any other uses listed by regulation that really support increased tourism revenue, visitation, and economic benefits. As of October 2018, the province has also allowed affordable housing to be an eligible expense. It's supported by the local government and the majority of accommodators. I won't get into the details of this, but I would like to look at some of the opportunities that are now available to your community via MRDT in helping achieve the goals of your tourism master plan. So packaging and authentically marketing your community, especially through digital channels, is a fundamental aspect of ensuring the right types of travelers are able to discover your destination and book a trip. MRDT funds can be applied to building and enhancing consumer-facing websites, allow you to invest in social media management platforms and tools, develop consumer-focused assets such as written content, photography, and video, and also leverage any type of media channel such as print, radio, television, marketing, search engine marketing, paid social media, and much more. I think it's important to say in today's digital environment, it's vital to be able to create or enhance your basic digital marketing infrastructure, such as a website and social channels, and then develop the content that represents your destination in an authentic way. You can then take that content and leverage channels to target consumers that are looking for what you offer. And MRDT funds can really help communities do this. MRDT funds can also be used to support destination and product experience management that are non-infrastructure related. We've seen communities use funds for industry development and training that is unique to the needs of their tourism businesses. This can include, hosting tourism-related industry workshops and conferences, such as the one today, or providing courses on marketing and digital readiness, or even tourism experience development. Funds can be used to support with research, evaluation, and analytics that can also inform your tourism marketing strategy. And last but not least, funds can be used to support visitor services, activities, and event development and attraction. For visitor services, this can include support with staff wages and benefits, visitor services via social media, ambassador programs, and even roving mobile visitor services, which we've seen some communities start conducting as well. So to conclude, there are numerous opportunities to leverage resources available to youth throughout the tourism ecosystem. And many of these have been purposely built to support small and medium-sized tourism businesses and communities. We encourage you to visit our website, subscribe to our newsletter, or reach out to any member of the Destination BC at any time. And we also encourage you to connect with our colleagues and partners at Northern BC Tourism Association, who are actively involved in supporting and guiding local communities on some of these programs and opportunities that are available to you. In saying that, I will stop sharing my screen and see if there's any questions that Fiona and I can help answer today.
All right, thank you, Imran, for that fantastic presentation. It was really impressive to see that growth in the MRDT pre-COVID. I mean, wow. Hopefully we can get back there sooner rather than later. So yeah, if anyone has any questions for Imran or Fiona about what you just heard, please feel free to raise your hand, jump in, type it in the chat. Anything like that would be fine. Okay, not seeing any. Oh, I see one from Russ. Go ahead, Russ.
Hi, just to make the most of the opportunity, nice to meet you both virtually. Where is the, or who do you suggest is the, you mentioned we're invited to contact Destination BC and ask questions and access resources. What's the entry point there? Who should we contact if we have questions, or the community or the stakeholders have questions about, the things we're talking about today?
Yeah, so we don't have a centralized contact that is that initial funnel for our organization. It's really based on program, but I would definitely suggest that if there's any questions around MRDT, we have our MRDT inbox, mrdt@destinationbc.ca. You can also contact Fiona and I. Feel free to reach out to us. I think we shared our email addresses, and Fiona, perhaps we can share those in the chat as well for the team. And we can always connect you with the right folks at Destination BC who are responsible for the specific programs as well.
Great, thank you for the response. Any other questions from the group? Oh, Justin, go ahead.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Imran. It's Justin Russo, Managing Director of Expedition Management Consulting. We're assisting with the forum today. And you had mentioned a couple things. One is the suggestion that connecting with the Northern BC Tourism Association. I just wanted to point out that Clint Fraser, the CEO, is going to be in a session here at 1 o'clock, and we'll be able to speak to some of that. So there's some good news there. And one of the things that we've heard from folks is the challenge around capacity for product development and marketing in the community. And you've outlined some excellent resources and also programs, including the Digital Academy, which I wasn't fully aware of. That sounds like a very neat opportunity. What would be, if you could give some advice on the community on where they could plug into what you're doing, what would be the biggest bang for their buck in kind of the short term?
Yeah, I think it really matters on who the stakeholder is, right? So for small and medium-sized tourism businesses, I would definitely recommend accessing the tools and resources that are available through our Learning Center, as those have been purposely built for those organizations, and allowing them to build that basic digital infrastructure and learning, but also scale their efforts to an intermediate or advanced level over time as well. For CDMOs and chambers and economic development professionals, we are very active in supporting destination development throughout the province, and we work very closely with Northern BC Tourism Association in advancing the 19 destination development planning area strategies that were developed with communities right across the province. So number of areas that we're involved in, and some of those I highlighted today as well. Fiona, anything to add there?
Just to echo what you said earlier on, I mean, this is a formative community. It's new to MRDT and probably some of the marketing processes that you've discussed, Imran. So the first year that many MRDT communities tend to focus on with limited funds, because they haven't received the majority of their revenue, is building up that website, building up the foundations of that community, so that that content, that draw to the community is in place, building up your imagery and sharing that with Northern BC, sharing that with Destination BC, so that everybody has access to that community. That's the sort of fundamental aspect of the start of your programs, and always reflecting back to your 5-year plan, your 1-year tactical plan that you developed with your MRDT gives you that stepping stone to how to get started in your first year with your MRDT funds.
Thank you both for that.
Thanks, Justin.
Okay, any further questions from the group? Going once? Going twice? All right, great. Well, yeah, with that, we can bring this activity to a close. And yeah, I'd like to end by just saying thank you to Imran and Fiona for joining us here today. Great presentation, lots of links to what McBride can do in the short term and how they can get in contact with you. There are supports available, so I definitely encourage everyone on the call to leverage those to the fullest. So with that, we'll bring this activity to a close, and I'll pass it over to Justin to lead our next activity. And thank you, Imran and Fiona, for joining us.